Hello and welcome to day 4 of Master Online Workshops. Today we're going to look at ways to change your offer, transitioning your offer from offline to online. When doing offline events, getting your customer to buy from you is relatively easy. You pitch your offer, they get excited and go and make their purchase in person, whether it is a book or a course. This would normally be done with cash or by using an EFTPOS machine. But how can you get them to be just as enthused enough by your offer to buy from you when you were doing an online workshop? What processes would you need to put in place to get the payment? It's not like they can just produce the cash or swipe their card. So today we're going to explore some options. Hello and welcome to day 4 of Master Online Workshops. My name's Davidson from doesbiz.com, and today we're looking at transitioning your offer from offline to online. When doing offline events, getting your customer to buy from you is relatively easy. You pitch your offer, they get excited and go and make their purchase in person, whether it is a book or a course. This would normally be done with cash or by using an EFTPOS machine. But how do you still get them to be just as enthused enough by your offer to buy from you when you are doing an online workshop? What processes would you need to put in place to get the payment? It's not like they can just produce the cash or they can swipe their card. Let's explore the options. Firstly, we need to look at the content of your PowerPoint presentation that you're doing online. First and foremost, your workshop content must be spot on. No one wants to see just you on the screen for the entire workshop. They need to be entertained, and this is where your PowerPoint slides come into play. The slides must be engaging, not too crammed full of information on each slide, and they need to be set out in such a way as not to overwhelm the viewer. They still want you to listen to you and not be looking at the PowerPoint presentation the whole time. Presenting, as with other soft skills like communication, leadership and negotiation, are now a must-have in most roles in the workplace. This means it's important to learn how to make compelling presentations, even if you're not an experienced presenter, speaker or designer. One common mistake that presenters make is focusing mostly on their own ideas and stories. Unless you tie these things with your audience's needs, they might end up bored, distracted, or worse, they might even turn off the online presentation. To prevent this, put your audience first. Before you start writing your persuasive presentation, it's best to clarify who your audience is and what their needs and expectations are. As you write your presentation, ask yourself the following questions. Why are they watching your presentation? How much knowledge and experience do they have on the subject? How would they feel about your primary message? And what possible questions will they have along the way? Answering these questions can help you craft a presentation that's as engaging as possible to your audience. You need to think in pictures. So as you flesh out the points of your presentation, keep in mind the old saying, show, don't tell. Rather than just stating your points matter-of-factly, find ways to deliver them through metaphors and stories. This will make your most important ideas easier to understand and remember. Another advantage of thinking in metaphors and stories is that the more visual the metaphor, the easier for you to pick photos and graphics to go with your presentation. So find existing stories to use. So for every crucial point you deliver, think about some stories from history, case studies, or even your own experiences. Get inspiration from Hollywood. You could use scenes from televisions or movies to illustrate your point. And the important thing is that the audience understands and remembers it. And then create a storyboard. So while you're thinking in terms of visuals and stories, it might also help to create a basic storyboard for your entire project. This is useful in setting some early plans on how your presentation will look, not just in terms of photos and graphics, but also the layout of the text and how the slides look when shown one after the other. We all know what a sales pitch is, but how do you transfer that from offline to online workshops? Firstly, it has to be more compelling, more dynamic, and more inviting. So you need to be clear. The first step in creating your irresistible offer is to be very clear about whatever it is that you're selling. Confused people will not buy from you. This is where your copywriting skills must come into play. Ensure you develop and deliver a very clear and easily understood offer if you want people to purchase. The best way you can do this is to accurately depict and convey the purpose of whatever it is that you're offering. Be specific about it. Don't use clouded words that don't properly relate the offer. Use numbers, dates, or percentages to portray specifics of the offer while ensuring that the title is intriguing, relevant to your audience, and that it makes a promise that can be delivered. Value in business has become less commonplace. Most people are trying to do the least amount of work for the greatest return when it actually needs to be the opposite. You need to deliver massive amounts of value in whatever you're offering. If you're just slapping together something expecting to turn a big profit, you might make some initial sales, but don't expect any consistency when your value falls short. Offers that don't deliver value will be largely refunded, refuted, and disputed. You don't want the headache of that on your shoulders. You don't want bad or negative reviews or press. Go out of your way to deliver massive amounts of value, and your offer will snowball. Remember, word of mouth spreads like wildfire, and negative publicity can burn your business for a lifetime. You need to give your customers a reason to buy from you right there on the spot. To do that, you need to either offer a big discount or a premium. What bonuses can you load onto the offer that will make it absolutely irresistible to pass up? Put some serious thought into this. Remember, the prospect's information and attention is extremely short. If they have an objection in their mind, you might not be able to easily overcome that without offering a premium service or a discount. This isn't about offering rock bottom prices, it's about making the offer irresistible by stacking on the extras. People are naturally skeptical, no matter who you are or what you're selling. When people come across your offer, they'll need to be convinced. Whether you've built up a solid relationship with that person over time or not, you need to provide a very logical reason for your offer. What's it going to do for the prospect? What will they be able to achieve once they've purchased it? This isn't rocket science, but it does involve careful communications. While the offer needs to be very clear as stated in the first key, it also needs to be thoroughly explained. Use bullet points laced with buyer psychology and slick sales copy. Your intention here isn't to trick them into buying, but to tell them why they absolutely must buy what you're offering. Require an immediate response from your prospect. There needs to be some sort of scarcity principle attended to here. Maybe the offer is going to expire in a few days or hours. Maybe there's only a limited number of whatever it is that you're offering. Or just maybe it's something else. Whatever it is, you have to require them to respond now. Convey that time is of the essence, because once they leave, you might never see them again. Why do you think car salesmen work to get you to buy right away? They know that once you leave, the chances of locking in that sales plummet. Your offer needs to include a very strong call to action. Tell the prospect what you want them to do. Imagine they're like a 10-year-old and they need to be instructed on the next steps. You've likely seen this on the most compelling offers out there, where it tells you what to do next. For example, click on the green Buy Now button, enter in your details, then download the product, or something of that nature. Use big, bold colours and buttons and try not to have too many elements that are clickable on a page. Remember, you want them to help drive the prospect in an intended direction and not give them too many choices. This is also why you want to remove navigational elements and menus from your offer pages. So this doesn't apply specifically to online offers because obviously they won't have clickable buttons, but just make sure that your slides aren't too busy, but still use the big bold colors and the big fonts because it's easy, it's psychologically impels the person to buy whatever it is that you're selling. If you want your offer to succeed and you want to sell on autopilot, provide a bulletproof guarantee to the prospect and reverse any risk involved. This will compel the prospect to take action when they believe that there's no risk involved. This is why you see 30-day guarantees of your money back on just about everything you buy. Smart marketers know the importance of providing these guarantees. You simply need to take the risk out of the customer's hands and put it into your hands. This also shows how confident you are that the customer is going to absolutely love whatever it is that you're offering. Ensure you have a secure way for your audience to pay. And these are the three that I could come up with, which was Stripe, PayPal and direct bank deposit. I have a separate bank account for my direct bank deposits for my business, only because I don't want it to get confused with my personal banking. So your homework for today is to download the PDF of the slides, download the booklet, and investigate which payment options suit you and leave feedback in the group under the unit. So that's it for day 4. Tomorrow we're going to bring everything together for day 5. So I look forward to seeing you then. Bye for now.